Hello, I'm Jewel Beadley, and this is the Guide to Good OCs. How to write characters that work. Now, for this lecture thing, I guess you could call it, you're probably going to need a pencil and paper. So, let's begin. Now, before we really begin, I think I should have a little disclaimer here. This video is meant to help people who are trying to make original characters. This is not in any way a you better do this or your character sucks thing, because I don't roll like that. Yeah, I hate that kind of stuff. So let's start this. And here we go. The obligatory topic that comes up in just about every OC guide. Of course, well, you can't learn to not do it if you don't know what it is, so we might as well. Section 1. Who's this Mary Sue everyone talks about? And why is she dating my fictional boyfriend? Just kidding. Yeah. Sorry in advance for my lacking sense of humor. Sorry. I kind of like to think I'm funny. Oh well, let's get this over with. The term Mary Sue originated from a Star Trek parody in the 1970s, aka ancient history, called A Trekkie's Tale. Hard to believe it's lasted and been all these years. Wow, that's a lot. Anyway, from then it grew to as a term for an over-idealized self-insert character in fan fiction, i.e., the perfect ideal me as I'd like to be, that kind of thing. Since then, it has grown and changed to include original and fan fiction, and you see it everywhere. But the question is, how much changing is too much? If we make this term too broad, then it'll get to the point where it doesn't really mean anything, and any character at all can be a Sue. And that's probably not good. A little question for you to think on. What is your criteria for a character to qualify as a Mary Sue? What makes Mary Sue? Two different people, like I said before, there's lots and lots of things. It really never ends. But for the sake of simplicity, we're going to go with 4 major criteria I've noticed that always seem to be troublesome and don't belong in any character, really. What makes Mary Sue? For one, she warps the laws of the universe. What I mean by this is a Mary Sue warps things, I guess, to, like rules, like you can't do this kind of power, this kind of thing. Vampires can't have babies. Twilight! Yeah, that kind of thing. Every universe has its laws. Every good universe, really. And because every universe needs limitations. And the Mary Sue bends them and breaks them to suit her fancy and to get her way. You'll notice that we have a specific kind mentioned here as the Black Soul Who. What? So I'm sorry. Black Hole Sue, which takes this up to 11, really. All the way, she makes everything revolve around her. Move over, Harry Potter. She's the girl who lived, She will step in. Everyone will pay attention to her, even when she's not there. Second, she surpasses the canon characters in almost everything. And for someone who's going full throttle Sue, everything. Nobody can have their specialty. Because every character has things they're good at. And special talents. Harry Potter was good at Quidditch. Let's see. Danny Phantom has super cool ghost powers, and I apparently likes astronomy. And, well, that's all I can think of at the moment. But, like I said, everyone has their thing. And Sue comes in, and she is good at everything. She's better than everyone. She is super good, and just, wow. Third, she makes characters act out of character, or if you're doing original fiction, out of character, or, in other words, against their better nature. They act in a way they should and would not. Snape is not going to love a Gryffindor. Well, show that he loves one. That kind of thing. She will make anyone fall in love with her, and she will often make the canon love interest go insane and evil with jealousy, which is my personal least favorite thing that they do. Some take this to the point where the characters don't even resemble their canon selves, which is, it's really bad. Anyway. Last of all, the Mary Sue lacks flaws that affect her. Notice I didn't say lacks flaws. You can add flaws to a character or say they're flaws. Twilight. And, but if they don't do anything against them, then they're not flaws. For example, if a character cannot sing in a robot fighting monster show or something, that doesn't matter because it's not American Idol, it's robot fighting. So, another thing people do is they make the flaws endearing to people, or they're just flaws up in her head. Oh, I'm so ugly. Oh, I'm so fat. That kind of thing. No, that doesn't work. And another little thing I have here, Anti-Sue. She's the excessively flawed character who does not suffer for her flaws or meets the other requirements of a Mary Sue. She is incredibly annoying, as much so as the classic Mary Sue. If the world revolves around them, doesn't matter if they are ugly, pretty, or purple polka dotted, they are still annoying. Note-taking time. Points to consider. Think about the limitations of the world you're creating. Does your character exceed any of them? What reason do you give? And you'll notice that sometimes you do have decent characters who tiptoe over the line a little bit, as long as they give a good reason. They're just special is not a reason. So think about that. Also, relationships to other characters. How do people act around her or him? How many people don't like her or him? How does the narrative treat them? By narrative, I mean the story itself, the right. Does anything bad happen to them? If so, how many of them? If it's all of them, you probably have a problem. Yeah, that's not good. I can't tell you how annoying it is when you have a character get told off and then chapters later, the character meets some horrible demise that sometimes they supposedly deserve for being mean to the character. The world doesn't act like that, you know. Sometimes people are mean to me. Or you, or anyone. The laws, the karma should not be always eternally on your character's side. If you get what I mean. Yeah. Because the world's not fair. Okay. How many talents and or skills does she have? How fast does she become good at them? How many things is she not good at? Is there anything she's just okay at? Because, it's not always bad and good. There's okay is, you can be okay at something. What are her flaws? Do they cause her any trouble in the story? These are really important things to think about for your character.